Cool.
Hey everybody, this is the first official podcast for the Elevated Void team. I'm here with three of my esteemed players/colleagues as they chow down on various things. My name's Nick, player tag the banker, TTV, and I'm one of the co-founders, co-captains of Elevated Void. I'd like to introduce one of my other fellow founders, Tyler, aka Two Shots Rule. Tyler.
Heyo. Yeah, this is Tyler, aka Two Shots Rule, one of the co-founders of Elevated Void, which was started back with a couple fun games called Destiny 2 and Apex, which has since expanded to Call of Duty with a much bigger count of players.
Now turn over to one of our, sort of our media guy now he's become, and sort of the leader of this podcast. It's Nick, another Nick Wimkin, also known as AKA Wimmy, AKA the Greek Butcher, AKA the Greek Baker, the Greek Candlestick Maker, or Raging.
What's up, everybody? As he already said, I go by Raging. The guys like to call me Wimmy. I don't know how that started, but what can I say?
Started because there's another Nick.
I guess, but
Yeah, I was around first, so I'm the OJ, right? Okay. And then finally, and last but not least, one of our newer guys to the squad, newer guys to gaming, and will always give us maybe a fresh perspective of what, sort of the gaming industry looks like through fresh eyes. Danny, a.k.a. Dirty Dan.
Hey guys, what's going on? I am Danny, aka Dirty Dan, newest member to the team. Glad to be aboard. Yeah, like you said, I'm relatively new to gaming, but what can I say? I'm just happy to be aboard and happy to play with a fine, handsome group of men.
We appreciate that. So, a little background, we started this team, like Tyler said, a bunch of years ago, but we truly sort of have sort of formalized our playing style and so on and so forth. And really wanted to found something that we could all work on together as a really good project where we could sort of have a nice bit of comic relief outside of just us playing. And, we found out that a lot of people like to watch that and, just think we are funny as heck. We have a few guys on our team who will keep you laughing for a very long time. And that's sort of how this whole thing got put together. I wouldn't call us pro gamers by any stretch of the word, at amateurs at best, and, maybe semi-pro.
I wouldn't even call us amateur.
Okay, we'll be the hacks of the gaming industry. But, we're going to try and look and sound as professional as we can. Okay, look at the view behind me. The dragon logo with the EV is our logo, Elevated Void. Follow us on Twitter at Elevated Void, V0iD. So I think we want to get into sort of how these podcasts will work. We can get into an agenda being, sort of an overview of what's going on, maybe some plays in the week, Q&As, latest news of the gaming industry, some tips, maybe take a trip back in time, look at some older games, and really, any requests that listeners want to know, like if you watch our stream on any of our Twitch channels, hey, why did Nick go that place and rage quit afterwards? So that happens quite a bit. Or, hey, why did that guy Bald Eagle always rage quit? So it's we have a dynamic group, a lot of strong personalities, and we picked the four best for this podcast. Anybody want to talk about their favorite play of the week?
Yeah, my favorite play of the week was by far when we had one evening where we had about 7 people rage quit in different matches. So for anyone who's listening in on this, we are a very happy bunch until we all get upset, and then we turn into a very pissy bunch.
Some people temporarily quit the team, at least once a week.
We go, you may as well consider us like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We can go from 1 to 1,000 in about 3 seconds. And it doesn't take much. Sometimes it's just looking at our team captain, the banker's face. I mean, sometimes things like that can just, set us off. Other times, for unfortunately Mr. Raginge over here, it's playing Search and Destroy in Call of Duty. You put him in that lobby, it's done. If you want to get rid of him for the night, that's how you do it.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely how you would do it for me. But what are you going to do? I guess I just have to grind it out.
Later in the night, 2 shots rule quits the team temporarily, you know. But hey, we're human. We're normal people, and we may be flawed, but what doesn't kill us literally makes us stronger.
No, but in all honesty, play of the week was probably the fact that we have what now? 3 people who have hit Damascus?
2. Who's
in
3?
Call of Duty? Aren't not you, Darby, and Ryan?
Darby doesn't have Damascus yet, just Ryan.
Oh, so we only have 2. The banker, and one of our other members, Neuromind.
Wow.
Banker finally hit Damascus this week. But now I'm excited to see what he's going to do with the new challenges that came out in 4 Call of Duty with the additional camos and rewards you can get from it.
Exactly. Actually, I'd love to share the clip. I have it right here. You guys don't mind.
That could have been the third guy who was. Get out. Hold on. Yeah, I don't have shit. So, where are you?
You guys are playing Drop Zone, it looks like.
So the only comment I'm going to make, Mr. Banker, sir, is, when I'm viewing this from my screen, looks like you filmed this on a potato.
Filmed on a what?
It's going like.
Yeah, it's not a smooth video.
Or hopefully, we picked it up better for the actual thing. It might be we have a little latency issue.
I'm just saying. I mean, it could just be that. I mean, we all know that's how you normally play, so it could just be real time. It looks weird to us.
So, Danny, as a new player, what does Damascus mean to you? Is it like an attainable goal, do you think, that you would aspire to handle?
To be really honest with you, I have not one clue what Damascus really is.
Oh, good. That's a good segue.
And I'm not really striving for it at this point in time. I'm just right now, day by day, just trying to complete my challenges. Right now, I have to do 10 finishers, and I'm at 4. So slowly but surely.
Learn how to do a finisher.
Long
when
time.
the game first came out, I was on the same challenge as you, do 10 finishers. And for the longest time, I thought it was just sneak up behind somebody and good luck, you melee them. And sometimes it happens and sometimes it don't.
That's not your fault, though, because the banker informed all of us that that's how you were supposed to do it.
Exactly. That's what I was told.
We all did that.
So for the longest time, I couldn't do it. So I moved on to a different challenge. And then finally, 2 shots over here actually told us what we actually had to do. Sneak up behind somebody and hold the melee button to perform a finisher. So then it was kind of smooth sailing from there once you figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
I thought 2 shots taught you how to, surround yourself with an igloo of claymores.
Hey. I only did that for the first month until I knew the maps. So Danny, I got a question for you. So when you say you're not really sure what Damascus is that you don't know like how you get it, or you truly just don't know what it is?
I really don't have a firm grasp on what it is. I believe it's, and I could be really off on this, but I think it's when you have just about every skin in Call of Duty.
Yeah, so it's for your gun skins. So once you finish each gun and you finish all the challenges for that specific gun, you'll get gold. Once you do all the guns in that same class, like all ARs or all SMGs, if you get all of them gold in that class, you'll get platinum. Damascus is when you get every gun platinum. So you literally have to finish every gun's skin.
Including a riot shield.
Including a riot shield, including a knife.
And pistols and launchers.
Yeah,
Now,
the most angering thing in the world, trust me. And your KD's going straight to hell.
To make it more fun, Danny, Call of Duty actually, because a lot of people were finishing it quickly, and as we saw once the banker and Neuromind put their minds to it, they were able to finish it relatively quickly. Because they did previously, Call of Duty introduced another skin called Obsidian. And what Obsidian is it's back to just per gun, but you have to complete a certain amount of kills per game, X amount of times. So like for the M4, it's get 15 kills in a game 200 times with that gun. So like if you get 15 kills, but you got 2 with your secondary or with a grenade, you get nothing. It doesn't count. And I believe, were they planning to introduce new skins? I haven't checked the game yet since the new season came out. Were they introducing skins for that?
So it's not even new skins. It's actually, so now they've released something called Weapon Mastery. And what it does is it gives you new calling cards that are for gold for each gun, platinum for each gun, Damascus, and Obsidian. And to do those, it's now like, I think it was like 1,000 kills for the MP5, 1,000 headshots for platinum, and then another X amount for, whatever. And then for Obsidian, just for the extra emblem that shows the MP5, like Obsidian Black, get 2,000 headshots with an MP5.
So now the question is, are those for the lifetime of using the gun or from now?
From now. From you when you have Damascus. That's basically essentially them keeping people on the grind. Like Two Shots over there is a completionist in any game. So he's already like sweating and a little bit.
Which is why I've been avoiding Call of Duty for a little bit, because I'm trying to finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which, if you have not played, is a fantastic game. In my opinion, one of the best in the series. Gets a little bit away from the assassin side of it, but it focuses more on the history of how they came to be and on the ones who came before, the precursors, and talks more about that mythology behind the games.
It's something, at least the 4 of us in this group and maybe one other guy on the team would probably be taking a dive back into Destiny, which is, in my opinion, one of the best games of the last decade, hands down, and definitely the longest running game that I've played in a long time. It's, Two Shots and I have been in it since day one when PS4 came out, and that was the release game. And that was like the big talk, and we've been playing nonstop. We've never really had a full squad to really handle the full game. Raids we've never done.
Day one of vanilla Destiny.
Yeah, it's truly a phenomenal game, and Wimmy over there, you've played a little by yourself, a little bit, and a little bit with me. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. It's interesting. I probably only been through like 3 missions, but I can see why it would take you guys a whole squad to get through it. I'm probably, I don't even know what level I'm on. It's been a while since I checked, but.
So what he's talking about with needing squads is there are certain game modes in there where you need 3-person teams that'll matchmake, but there's other ones that don't matchmake that need 6 people to complete. We have never been able to do that because we've never been able to get 6 people without matchmaking. Now what'll be good is now that good old Danny over here has gotten Destiny 2, he can go through the missions with you as well, which will make it more fun doing the missions together.
For sure.
Once we get you guys higher level, it'll be really fun to start playing that again. It's just unfortunate that you both missed out on the original because there's so much backstory in this game. It's amazing. I definitely recommend if you're just getting into it, if you've got some time, go back and look and see what the plot was for Destiny 1 and up till now in Destiny 2, just to kind of catch yourselves up on it.
Yeah, it's a game that has a very deep story. Obviously, they realized that even with coming out for Destiny 2, and they went back to a little bit of the roots of it, and the story doesn't exactly, like, you don't need to play 1 to pick up in 2. It starts its own story, and it does a good job of sort of picking up the pieces where the other one left off. And the universe sort of continues. And we're lucky enough that this fall, the rumors are they are bringing back a lot of the game space, planets, and maps for the entire regions that we love from Destiny 1, that they kind of got lackluster in this game. Even though the enemies got harder, there was a lot more to do, and so much nonstop play 24/7 in that game. It's something I'm excited about. Call of Duty is starting to get a little bit, dated now. And they need to really turn around this season, I think. So this will give us something to really re-energize us to play 2 first-person shooters.
So to kind of move us along here, just with our time going on. So going into the latest news with the PS5 coming out. Now, the best part about the PS5 news has 100% been the memes that have come out of it.
Oh yeah.
Where people have altered the photo to look like the Eye of Mordor, look like a hat. I mean,
A Wi-Fi router.
exactly.
One where it looks like Barclay Center.
Mhm. But all jokes aside, it's a sweet design. It looks awesome. Hopefully they don't kill us at the price point to the point that nobody wants to get it.
Mm.
That was a big issue they had with the PlayStation 4, and hopefully they don't repeat for the PlayStation 5, but we shall see.
Initial estimates, are coming in for the one with the disk drive, I think around $549 and $499 for the digital only was what I saw from like a Business Insider article. But it's a little early to tell. They haven't really truly announced pre-orders yet. However, it's the design, going back to that, it's a lot better than the mini fridge of the Xbox One X. I'll tell you that much. Whoa. That thing looks like a cube from hell. It'd be interesting to see how they handle cooling management, because PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro, whenever I turn mine on or I'm heavy gaming, it sounds like a jet engine in the back of my house. It'd take off.
Well, I think the concept design of it being vertical is to balance that. For too many of the PS4s being laying down horizontally, doesn't allow for much air to reach underneath. Being vertical now, it can cool from a larger area of the system. So hopefully, I'm in the same boat. I have mine that sits in a cabinet, and on hot days, I have to open up the cabinet door because you just hear waiting for it to just catch fire.
So yeah, that's a good industry news right now. We are still actively waiting. I thought we were going to see it yesterday, but we didn't. Everyone's waiting to see that new Call of Duty title. It's supposed to come out this year, rumored to be Cold War, according to leaked alpha footage and various other things that are leaking online. So very curious of what they're going to do now that they have Warzone going on. They plan to keep that going as its own title outside of the Call of Duty universe for all different types of players, and Modern Warfare, which has a season, sort of calendar, if you will, for the first time in their true history with that. We've had season passes before, but they were for the entire year. Now we have a true season format. So how long does Modern Warfare truly stay a relevant game? Is it 2-year cycle, or is it longer? Warzone itself is going to be its own thing because they're not going to add a battle royale to the new one. They're just going to leave this. And it'll be interesting to see how those stories sort of intertwine.
All right. Well, Danny, as a new guy, any questions, comments that you have being a new gamer?
Yeah, I got a couple of comments actually. So, life as a new gamer, definitely a lot of pros and cons. Pros, definitely a great way to interact with your friends, like how we do online. The cons could be like just trying not to get killed in Call of Duty when you're playing like a total deathmatch and you're getting sniped by them. So like that could be a con too, like, and trying not to get frustrated too. Like just like things like that. Yeah, and like before all this too, like a million in like million years. And all of a sudden Nick says, "Hey, watch us play online." And then I do, and then all of a sudden you guys are like talking a whole bunch of shit to each other, having a good time and everything. And I was like, you know what? Maybe there is hope I can get a PS4. And then lo and behold, a month later, here I am with you guys.
Let me ask you a question. Now that you've just bought a PS4, how pissed are you that a PS5 came out like a week later?
Actually, it's funny. I was just talking about that with Sarah today, and she was like, "The PS5 looks so cool," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm kind of pissed that I didn't wait for it because the price that I paid for it is like, I mean, not for nothing. It was like maybe $150 more. Like if we're going off the prices that we mentioned in this in the Zoom. But I mean, what are you gonna do, man? It is what it is. I mean, the PS5 is coming out probably like in at least 6 months, like November, December.
It'll be holiday season, and you know what? There's going to be extreme supply constraints due to COVID around the world. There's going to be extremely high demand for it, and you'll probably only truly see like the pro type guys or the serious players switch to it initially. Let's remember, you know, with that fragmented base, you know, the odds are everyone's still to be able to play together on their favorite games, Call of Duty, like Warzone, Destiny, etc. Because it's the same platform, and we have cross-play. I'd be really shocked if they don't allow cross-play between PS5 and PS4, because guess what? A lot of people like you are buying them right now, and PlayStation's not going to alienate, you know, their base that quickly.
Yeah, actually,
and Danny, when they came out with the PS4, they allowed the cross-play between the 3 and the 4 because they knew not everyone could get it. So the one benefit you actually have is because you just got the PS4 at probably the lowest price it's going to be by within $50, and you'll have a solid 3 to 4 years of its life. And if down that far you're still playing some video games now and then, you can then upgrade to a PS5 that's been discounted by about $100.
Yeah. And it's at the end of the day, like I know like 3 people who bought the PS4 like just around the time that I did, and they don't regret it one bit, because like, yeah, obviously you could play video games on your PS4, but it also has like other benefits. You can use it as a Blu-ray, you can surf the internet, you can go on Netflix, Spotify. Like it's cool, man. It's a cool machine.
And that's part of the reason I still kept mine, is as much as I love gaming, I was like, I can watch Netflix on it, I can watch Hulu on it, I can watch HBO on it. You know, all these things that I can watch. You know, if I want to put a disc in, I can put a disc in. You know, it's got internet access, so I can pull up YouTube if we want to, you know, listen to holiday music during the holidays. So it's one of those truly multi-purpose gaming systems that really benefits you for as long as you want and as long as you're willing to use it.
Yeah, and like just speaking to the audience, like if you guys like are in the same boat, like if you guys are like, no, I'm never going to buy a PS4 and I don't need a console, I don't need video games. Like, there's definitely a lot of benefits to it. And I was a person not too long ago that said, I will never play video games, never buy a console. And, you know, I buy it. I mean, probably due to the pandemic and not there being too much things to do. But at the same time, if you are one of those people that aren't into video games, definitely doesn't hurt. Of course, you know, if you can financially afford it at the end of the day, because video games are pretty expensive. You can afford it, and if you know a bunch of good people that you're willing to play video games with, you know, I'd say go for it. Definitely.
And let's keep in mind, it's not just video games.
Yeah.
What did we play the first weekend you got it? We played Monopoly.
Yeah, that's true.
All downloaded Monopoly, and we had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of board games on it too, like, and a lot of like I guess you could say like TV shows that have been turned into video games, like the Marvel games too, like Spider-Man, you know, the Avengers. I actually saw not too long ago, like if any of you watch Netflix and are into the Netflix original series, Stranger Things, there's actually a video game on Stranger Things too. Like it's pretty cool. So like, and also there's Madden, 2K, MLB The Show. There's a lot of video games that you could that could pique your interest, you know. So like
Every genre covered. Ton of good racing games out there too.
Yeah, a lot of great video games that any of you guys can get into. It's not just, you know, Call of Duty or these games that none of you guys know about. Definitely a lot of games out there that could get you going.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next portion here. And guys, what we want you to do is when you're playing your games and you ever have a good moment, if you want to clip that, record it, send it to us on Twitter at Elevated Void V0iD. And then we will go through and see your submissions, and we're going to pick plays of the week like we discussed earlier. We were going to feature you guys out on there. But right now, we're also asking you guys to send in some questions that you may have. And we do have a question from someone that was submitted a question a little bit earlier from @JackStein2475. Have you ever had a crush on one of your video game characters? So I'm going to leave this out to you guys because I can already tell you one of our teammates has a huge crush on one of the players, Mara. So we're
or a couple of them from the
No.
Apex universe.
yeah. Shout out to Bald Eagle on that one. But I'll
Dude, come on.
Yeah.
If anyone says they've never been quote unquote attracted to a video game character, I think they're lying. And the reason I say this is because how many people grow up and they go, I had a crush on this whatever character from some animated TV show.
yeah.
If you growing up had any sort of crush on any TV character, come on, if you're in the video game world, granted, it depends on the games you play. But I'm sure there are people out there who are attracted to different characters. I mean, they specifically build these characters to be attractive. You know, look, I'm self-deprecating as hell. Nobody's going to design a video character to look like me unless it's a guy standing behind some sort of.
Gibraltar
And yeah, it'll be
from Apex. You're Gibby.
no, but even him, there's something about him that you're like, oh, that guy. You look at me and it's like.
Optimum is here.
NPC that just walks around this village. Like I'm not somebody that you're going to make something about. They specifically design these characters so that there's at least one person in there that everyone can look at and go, damn.
All right, Two Shots. Why don't you give us one that you've had a crush on?
Let's hear
Who,
one.
myself?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, dude. And my wife knows this.
Oh God.
Easiest example. The newest Assassin's Creed, Cassandra, the female lead in it.
Taps it every night.
No, not every night. I still play the game though. No, I'm kidding. No, but I mean seriously, like that's how they design it.
Unfortunately, I'll be with sort of our Bald Eagle partner, Watson and Apex. Thick.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anyone say thick thighs as much as I have when Bald Eagle first met Watson.
How about you, Dirty Dan?
Yeah, no, that girl that you guys were just talking about in Apex caught my attention.
You mean Loba, the new one who everybody's talking about?
Is that the one that can
Teleport? Yeah,
teleport? Yeah, that's
Loba. Yeah.
okay, that's the one. Yeah.
Whitney, what about you?
Shout out to my girl Mara, Call of Duty. God damn. Yeah, the forearms. Woo! That half sleeve.
All right. Well, I think that's actually a good place to sort of wrap this one up. I know the team wants to get into tonight's festivities. Actually, we'll announce here on our Twitter, and now we're to actually have a little in-team tournament over the next week to sort of, get a little bit more fun back in our gaming. We've been taking things way too serious lately. I think we need to have a little more camaraderie, team fun. We are going to stream it, and one of our other team members who doesn't play Call of Duty may even commentate it sort of after the fact before we post up some fun videos next week. We will circle back, hopefully have, one podcast a week or every other week, with this team, bring on some other members of the team and or special guests. But this is your core four right here. Guys, anything else you want to say to wrap up?
Don't forget to be sending those game clips to us at Elevated Void on Twitter.
If you ever want to send anything to us, directed at Bald Eagle, who you've heard so much about, just write in, caw.
Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Bye-bye.